All right, welcome back, Last Quest Barbecue Show. It's been a minute since I've done a new episode. Thanks to everybody for following me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. That's been blowing up, got lots more subscribers. So welcome everybody, and welcome to an all new season of Last Quest Barbecue Show. And I got new stuff, and today we're gonna kick it off with a super fun recipe. We are making KD, Crosby Molasses, and Maple Syrup St. Louis ribs. What's going on here? Well, listen, we got some great ribs. Of course, we always start with the best product. That's right, Dubreton organic St. Louis ribs. This recipe's from my mom, so it's kind of going to be a little sweet. I'm going to peel them off, put them in the KD. Here's our Crosby, straight from the great province of New Brunswick. There's a new product for maple syrup and molasses. Very excited about that. We're going to put some seasoning. I'm going to base seasoning here with the gospel. Let's hear it for the gospel from Meat Church, and we've got some fantastic balsamic vinegar that's going with some Cressy Mustard as a binder, and I got a new sprayer, and I just got a lot going on. All right, let's get started. Let's take a brief tour of my new set here. So, you know, the challenge I was having, whether I was cooking for the show or whether I was cooking for the family, spices were here, spices were there. I tried to put them in coolers. I had them in the house. I had this, I had tools here, I had this, anyway, I had stuff all over the place, and it was just a big hassle, B, very inefficient to cook. So I'm like, how do I solve this issue? I don't really have a kitchen setup, so to speak, out here. So along came the idea that I would get a toolkit with a nice wooden top that I cover. I bought a cover for it, and I put everything in one place. Oh my goodness, it's already been a game changer. I've got some trays, I've got aluminum foil here, I got some gloves, I've got meter, I got my paper, and I got knives. So this is my first level, just slides right out, and it keeps a ton of stuff. Now we get into the spices. So here's all my spices, most of which, if not all, are from All Barbecue Canada. Let me show you the other side. And as you can imagine, with so many, look at that, with so many spices to keep, where am I gonna put them all? How do I keep them dry? How do I keep them in the right temperature? So this is what I'm gonna try for this summer. Now, one level below that, I've got some barbecue tools. I've got some generic spices, so I keep that labeled on top. I got my cast iron. It's heavy enough to support my cast iron pans here. Some more tools, a few more spices, more room here. Got some gloves, pots, pans, tons and tons of room. So this is going to be fantastic. By the way, any good tour deserves a good beer. So I had the privilege and treat of chitting and chatting with Steve from Henderson Brewing in Toronto, and bought a bunch of his beer. This one, Henderson's Best Amber. I feel like an amber this afternoon, so cheers to that. Good beer. All right, well, let's get started here. I got a brand new knife as well from Dale Strom Knives, but I wanted a really sharp super knife. It is super sharp. Check that out. I want to make our binder. Thanks to my friends Severio and Silvio from the House of X. Check that out. Bespoke balsamic vinegar. And from my friends in Prince Edward County, the great Peck, Cressy Mustard. I'm doing a grainy mustard. Mix these two together. So give this a bit of a stir. Oh, that fragrance. What an amazing fragrance. All right, so put a bit of this in here. It's gonna be something different. I wanted to do it before I got my hands dirty. Amazing, smells just amazing. Now we're gonna mix it with, that's right, the balsamic vinegar. And this is going to make our binder. Ah, that's good, that's good. Let's give it a bit of a shake. That's something unusual, right? Perfect. All right, now back to the ribs part of the show. We got the rib coming up here. This is all right. I'm just going to square this up just a little bit here. There we go. Now what I've been doing lately, instead of peeling off here, I've just been scoring it. And that's been working out fine. Now, particularly for this episode, because I'm going to be peeling these off and putting it into the craft dinner. That'll work just fine. Oh, look at that. Super fun. My mom loves a good mustard. So that's a different binder for sure. That's neat. All right, love that. Now let's put a little bit of pepper. And let's get to our, from All Barbecue Canada, the gospel. One of my favorite rubs, puts a nice red hue to the meat, and we repeat on the other side. Also going to be spritzing this with pineapple juice in my brand new spritzer. Again, from All Barbecue Canada. Thank you for that. A little bit of pepper and some of our gospel, Meat Church's gospel. All right, let's pat that in, let that sit for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll get them on the Yoder. Our ribs have been sitting, look at that mahogany, beautiful red color. Meat Church Gospel. You're doing its great work. You could pick up a couple of the seeds of the Cressy Mustard. Beautiful, just soaked in. I don't want to leave it too long, so let's get it on the barbecue. Today we are using my brand new sponsors, Pitmaster Choice Pellets. Here in Canada, small batch, the fantastic pellets. You know, the difference I'm finding already is they have a very different burn rate than your cheaper pellets, and they've got, you know, no oils, no additives, no bark. Pure hardwood. They smell amazing. They just smell like fresh wood. This is, again, the sugar maple, so let's load up the hopper. Several different flavors, and we'll be experiencing them all coming up in the weeks and months to go. We've got a whiskey barrel one I'm really keen to give a try. I love the big hopper of the Yoder, so lots of pellets. As I said, so far my experience with these is better burn rate, so much more efficient. All made in Canada, so I'm really looking forward to it. And thanks again to the folks at Pitmaster's Choice Pellets and Dorian. Yoder's looking a little, didn't survive so well. I probably could have taken better care of it. Don't worry. There's an episode coming out where I'm going to refurb my Yoder. It's looking a little rough. Admittedly, this got a little moisture on it. I could have been better, but I've been using it so often. It's working like a charm, but could use some cosmetic help. But as you can see, it's working, cranking away. Whew, it's hot. Let's get these ribs on, tighten them up a bit. Beautiful. Push that in. Good to go. I got this Great Cosmos sprayer. You know, I had those Spritz sprayers, if you watched other shows, didn't love them. So I got this at All Barbecue Canada. So let's give it a try. I'm gonna put some pineapple juice and spray our ribs. I'm gonna put probably more in than I need because I'm gonna put this in the fridge. For my next set of ribs, it'll be ready to go. And give it some pumps. That should be good. Let's go check the ribs. But first, you know, cheers. All right, ribs have been cooking for a couple hours. Let's give them a spritz. Let's take a look at them. Oh, some nice smoke using the Pitmaster's Choice Maple Sugar Blend, which smells amazing. Some nice smoke. Look at that. It's coming out really nice. Been cooking about 165. Now let's give these a spritz. Oh, that's great. Love this spritzer. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. You can adjust this. Let's adjust it a little bit. See what happens. Whoa, I want that. There we go. All right, beautiful. Let that cook for about another hour, and then I'm gonna put the Crosby's, yes, that's right, the Crosby's Maple Syrup Molasses. Sweet. All right, we've been cooking for 3 hours. Let's take a look at our ribs. Oh, they look just amazing. Beautiful. Check those out. So let's put these ribs right here. And now the main ingredient, one of the main ingredients, check it out, Crosby's Maple and Molasses. Thanks to Lori for sending this along. I tell you, let's have a quick taste of this. Wow, I love it. It's delicious. Gingerbread cookies meets maple syrup, nice and thick. It's thicker than a maple syrup for sure. Flip comme ça right onto there. Let's wrap it up. Maybe a little bit here too. Nice. I don't want to lose any of that delicious maple syrup molasses. And we'll leave it on for another 45 minutes, let's say. All right. All right, 4 hours in total have gone by. These have been resting for a bit. Now let's unwrap. Look at those. I'm gonna save all that juice. Let's turn these around. There we go. Look at those. Oh my goodness, the aroma is fantastic. You know, we got a little bones exposed here. These are perfectly cooked. Nice wiggle room, but they're not falling apart. That's exactly what we're going for. Come on, look at those, man. Whew. Look at that texture. Amazing. All right. We'll be breaking these up for the craft dinner. Now that's good looking ribs. Let's do a taste test on this one. Bon appetit. Oh my goodness. So delicious. Sweet, but not overpowering. You know, that hint of ginger cookie to it from the molasses. Perfectly cooked. Delicious. Make this recipe. Now I'm gonna put these in craft dinner, so the show's not over yet. But if you just stop watching here, make these ribs. All right, our mac and cheese is done. It looks amazing. Let's give it the all-important taste test. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Make this recipe, whether you put it in mac and cheese or not, but with the mac and cheese, the sweetness of the molasses and maple syrup together with the spices from the, woo, holy cow, I'm not mad at this. Bon appetit, make this recipe. So good.